And I think the question a lot of men have is, if I tell you I'm not okay, what are you going to do about it?
I mean, I guess why do you think that we're not encouraged to talk about that? I mean, I can't think of a time that I've been sitting with a random guy, not random, but even just a friend of mine.
Mhm.
And, I've been like, how's it going? And the response has been, I think I'm really depressed. Like, we don't talk about that.
No, we
I
don't.
have been with women who will open up about their emotional state with me, like from the jump, and then we can kind of talk about, okay, here's where you're at. What do you need from me? Why do you think we don't do that?
I think society has a pressure on men to give a perception of strength. And I think if we leaned into what strength actually means, it would be healthy for us. But we perceive strength as nothing is wrong with us ever. Everything is always okay, right? And we want to be seen as pursuing, as building, even if we're not actually. Right? We want to be seen this way. And I think the question a lot of men have is, if I tell you I'm not okay, what are you going to do about it? You're going to tell me, oh, dude, everything will be fine. Right? So for a lot of men, I think it's fear. It's fear of the perception that will create. If I tell you I feel like I might be depressed, will you look at me as less of a man? Will you look at me as weak? Right? And then there's well, I want to tell my friends, but what are they going to do? Like, not that you don't love your friends and that you don't think they have great intentions, but I think a lot of guys that I've talked to, when I ask that question, well, have you ever talked to your friends about helping you? And their question is, well, what can they do about it? They're just going to tell me everything is going to be okay. And that's not what I need to hear. That's not going to help me,
And I think as society, that's what we do to men, right? That's just what we do, like as a society, not even intentionally.
I would 100% agree. And I would even take it a step further and say the friend on the other end is probably equally as uncomfortable with having the conversation because he doesn't know what to offer, right? If a guy comes to his friend and he says, I genuinely care how my friend feels. But when he tells me he's depressed and he's going through this thing, I genuinely don't know what to tell him. I don't know how to have that conversation because as a man, none of us, I'll say most of us don't have these conversations and we don't know what perspective to come from. We don't know how to offer valuable insight or even maybe even just an ear to vent to. A lot of the times we don't know how to communicate in that manner the way women do.